Yeah, we got some stuff to get into, folks. Yeah, we got some stuff to talk about today. Not gonna lie to you, chat. Today's conversation might get a little interesting. Not gonna lie to you, chat. Today's conversation might get a little interesting. Yeah, they giving that boy Dillon more reps. Yeah, they giving him reps. And he's happened to split some with Shedeur Sanders. Yesterday, Dillon ain't get no reps. Little to nothing. But today, when it's Deshaun Day with the ones, Deshaun gets a ton of reps. Shedeur gets limited. But Deshaun, man, oh man, he's getting everything. Today, we're going to have an interesting conversation, folks. Today, we're going to have a conversation that I simply don't want to have. But it's a conversation that at the end of the day, folks, that needs to be had. Today, we're going to have a certain kind of conversation. We're going to have a certain kind of conversation, folks. I'm not going to lie to you. The quarterback battle. Today, the question is being rose. The question is being examined. And the question needs to be answered. Is this quarterback battle over? Well, my good people, we're going to talk about that and a whole lot more. So I need you to get your popcorn. I need you to grab a little snack. I need you to grab whatever you need to and sit back and relax. Because, folks, it's a lot to get into today. Go ahead. Ain't no much needs to be said. Just run the intro. Let's do it.
Hey, we live now, really.
Well, hold on, wait. You live? Can you see me? Mama, we made it. Hey, can you see me? For real. Chat, welcome on in. Welcome back, my beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode on the Golden Gemz podcast. You're here with your host, the one and only Relly. You can call me Relly. You can call me Relly Gemz. You can call me Maine. You can call me Mr. Wilson. Whatever you do, whatever you call me. Whatever you do, whatever you call me. Please, just do me this one favor. Please, just don't call me Collector. All right? But my folks, my beautiful people, we got a lot to get into today. I'm not going to sugarcoat it with you. I'm not going to lie to you. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have a real conversation about it. But before we get into all that, before we do this and we really have this conversation, before we really have this real talk conversation, I need you to do me this one favor. Please like this video. Please subscribe to this video. And please send it to your mama, your daddy, your best friend of another friend, Lit Johnny, Lit Timmy. Don't forget about Lil Susie too. Make sure you send us to her too, because you know Lil Susie, she just moved in. You know who just moved across the street from her? Lit Josh. Lit Josh needs these gems too. So make sure you send these gems to everybody. I send these gems to everybody. Don't be selfish. Come on, you know that's not right. You know that's not right. But chat, the question was again rose today. The question again was brought to my attention today on training camp day 15. It's looking a little spooky out here, folks. Looking a little fraudulent out here. I'm not going to lie to you, Todd. You don't got to play in front of our faces. Not going to lie to you, Todd. It's looking like Stefanski 2.0. All right? The first thing I'm going to show you, folks. All right? I'm going to show you the QB tracker from today, and then I'm going to show you the QB tracker from yesterday. Okay? I'm going to show you the QB tracker from today, even though it's AI, even though it's fabricated, even though it's makeshift, even though it might be make-believe. I'm going to show it to you anyway. So today, you see it. The QB tracker for today, August 18th, 2026. Shedeur Sanders today, he went 10 for 13, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Nice clean day for our guy. Deshaun Watson, he went 16 for 25, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Dillon Gabriel, today, he went 6 for 8, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. And Taylor Green, yeah, he didn't even, check a box. But that's okay. That's okay, folks. That's okay. But the real question that we have to have, the real question that we have to discuss, the real question that we have to talk about is not the QB tracker in these numbers, folks. It's not the QB tracker in these numbers, folks. It's this right here. It's this right here. I'm going to let you read it. I'm going to let you look into it, and then we're going to talk about it. I'm going to let you read it. I'm going to let you look into it, and then we're going to talk about it. Because, folks, ain't no need for them to continue to play in front of our faces. I know our guy, too, he going to play regardless this year. I know Shedeur going to see the field this year, chat, regardless. That's not what I want to discuss. That's not what I want to talk about. Shedeur Sanders will play this year. That's a fact. But why? Why is this notable development so obvious? Why is this notable development that they're rising? Why is it so obvious? Because I believe Todd Monken is talking out of two sides of his mouth. He's saying it's still a quarterback competition. He's saying that things are still alive and things are still real. But folks, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lie to you. It might be some lies within it. It might be some lies within it. Because yesterday, on Shedeur Day, Dillon Gabriel got 2 reps. 2 throwing reps. 2. You see it. You see it. Today, Dillon Gabriel, instead of 2, he got 6. Well, actually, he got 8. And this the day, Shedeur practicing with the 2s. So if we're looking at it, if we're examining it, if we're being honest about this graphic and about this QB tracker, Shedeur went with the 1s yesterday, and Deshaun went with the 2s. But Deshaun yesterday, when he went with the 2s, he didn't split any reps with Dillon Gabriel. Deshaun, when he went with the 2s, he took damn near all the 2 reps. That's a fact. You see the numbers. You see it. But today, when Shedeur going with the 2s, why I see this number go from 2 to 8? Is it a coincidence? Is it a coincidence, folks? Is it a coincidence? I'm asking for a friend. Is this just a coincidence, chat? Or is this the writing on the wall? Is it a coincidence, chat? Or is it the writing on the wall? I'm asking. Chat is saying it's over with. I see some people saying it's at the end of the day, it's Ford's starting job. Deshaun got it. Man. It's interesting. I know Deshaun been getting more reps since the get-go. I get that. I get that. I get that. I know people have been noticing this from the beginning. I get that. I know the reps are never going to be equal. I get that. I get that. But folks, this discrepancy, I don't like it. I don't. Because at the end of the day, Todd, you tell us this in one breath. And then in another, I see something else. Todd, can you come into the front of the congregation? Ty, can you talk to my people, please? Because I'm not only noticing the discrepancy. I'm not only noticing the difference. My people starting to know the difference. It's people starting to call it out. It's people starting to see it with their own two eyes, too. So, Todd, I need you to come into the front of the congregation. Because you're talking out of two sides of your mouth. At least I think so. Maybe, potentially. We're going to see as we dive further into it. We're going to let Todd talk. We're going to show some clips. And then we're going to get into the conversation for real.
Would I like to have a decision today? Of course. Would I like a decision by next Monday? Of course. Well, I'd love to have that decision. And we'll see. We've got a lot of football this week. We've already had a lot of football. We've got 4 days of practice in a game. That all adds into any decision with the roster and who the starters are. Some are further along than others, right? We already know. That's part of it. And I'm okay. By the time we get to next week, that'd be great. We can start planning that way, have some practices, and then here we go against Jacksonville. Would I like to have a decision today? Of course. Would I like a decision by next Monday? Of course.
You talked, Todd, like you're still unsure. You talk, Todd, like it's still a chance. Are you saying there's a chance, chat? Because he talks like it's a chance, chat. He do. What he says give us a little glimpse of hope. He does. But chat, if we being honest, if we talking about it, if we having conversation about it, Shedeur Sanders today, he cooked. Because this is a real report. Shedeur Sanders, first practice in pads today this week. He went 9 for 9 at one point and had 2 touchdowns. 9 for 9 at one point and had 2 tutties, chat. So he's still cooking. So Todd, is this why? Are you still giving him a real chance? Or is it true what people are saying? Is it true what people are saying? Because it's a notable development, they said. Dillon Gabriel doesn't split many reps with Deshaun Watson. That is a fact. That is a fact. He don't split no passing reps with him. But when Shedeur Sanders is with the twos, Dillon all of a sudden gets significantly more reps. 8 passing reps today. 8 of them. 8 of them. Compared to just 2 yesterday. So when we go with the twos, we don't get them all like Deshaun. We won't get them all like Deshaun. When we go with the twos, we split them with Dillon. So this begs the question, chat. This begs the question, chat. What's really going on? Todd, are you lying to us? Are you lying? You say you would want to answer next week. That's what you said, Todd, not me. You said that. You say that. Not me. I ain't say nothing. That's what you said, Todd. That's what you said. But chat, I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what to think. But chat, all this begs an interesting question. Because when I see Deshaun out there, I see some good things and I see some bad things. Deshaun out there, I see some dimes and I see some almost interceptions. Hey, Denzel Ward, I ain't gonna lie to you, big dog. You dropped the interception yesterday from Shedeur, and now you dropped the interception from Deshaun. Hey, Denzel, we're gonna need you to catch them during the season, dog. I ain't gonna lie to you. Denzel, we gonna need you to catch them during the season, big dog. We can't have too much of that. You know you can defensive back for a reason. Deshaun put his all into that, boy. You see him? That's a nice little dot. It look good. Denzel, boy, he put in your bread basket. You gotta catch that, Denzel. Denzel, he put in your bread basket, baby. You gotta catch that one. So yes, I always see some good things from Deshaun Watson. Most of the time. I always see some good things from Shedeur. Most of the time. But Ty, with this new development, I'm not sure if it's still a competition. So if it's not a competition, Todd, just tell us. Don't string us along. You making us feel like we just that one ex that you just don't want to, let loose. We just together because we've been together for 5 years and we just together because we together. Todd, come on now. Come on. Which one is it? Because Deshaun be cooking. But then he don't. It's just a nice play by Denzel Ward, though. Just wanted to show it. Because Denzel looked nice this year. Denzel looking mid-season form, chat. Denzel, that boy ready to cook this year. That boy, Denzel Ward, going to have an all-pro year this year. That's a fact. Denzel Ward can stay healthy all year. He going to have an all-pro year. We know that. Denzel is him. That's why that boy got paid this offseason. That's why that boy get paid what he get paid. One of the top 3 corners in the league. I see you out here, Denzel, taking advantage of these young pups. Second-year wide receiver. And Isaiah Bond can't hold it on. Pass to the sticks, trying to get a first down. I see it, Deshaun, putting it on him, trying to get a first down. But Denzel, that's a hell of a play, baby. That's a PBU. Nice little PBU at that. But chat, we're going to always get into the clips. We just starting with Deshaun Watson for a reason. You understand that, chat? You know that. You know who we always start off with. But all this still got my head in a frenzy, chat. Because I don't know what to believe. So let's get to 92.3 The Fan. Because he brings up a great point, chat. I usually don't like these boys. Ken and that boy Lima, man. We got to put y'all on that Mount Rushmore, baby. I usually don't like anything you say, but you brought up a good point today. Chad, I got to bring it to your attention. We're going to talk about it all today. Let's do it.
What did they just do yesterday? What did the Browns just unveil yesterday?
Stadium?
Yes. And the experience that you can go in, because what are they trying to sell in the next couple of months?
ESLs.
Yes. Everything's based on the future. So you're going to play that guy who people don't want to see and don't like. It's pretty well documented. You're going to play that guy that people don't like and don't want to see. At the same time, we're trying to get tickets sold for the future.
And that the owner already admitted that it was a lost cause.
A lost cause. Guys, that doesn't add up. Doesn't correlate. It don't work. Everybody keeps bringing up the money that's spent. That's old money.
Didn't I say that yesterday? Sound like they making a little sense, don't it? Sound like they may be coming around, but chat, don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. But they bring up a great point. If the owner said it was a swing and a miss with Deshaun Watson, why are we still wasting our time? Even if Shedeur not ready, well, baby, you got to get ready. Even if Shedeur is having up and down days, well, Shedeur, it's time for you to figure it out. Even if Shedeur ain't looking as crisp as he can look. We know what we got in Deshaun Watson. It's been only 5 years. He's been already paid over $200 million, so what's another 40? We heard from that man, Andrew Berry, yesterday. Anyway. Let's continue.
They would love it if Shedeur would just seize the job.
Exactly.
They would love it.
What? They would? You're singing a different tune today, my guy. What you know? Who told you so? Let's continue.
They would love every minute of that.
He's young. Right now, he's cheap. He's very popular. He is very popular.
Young,
the whole thing about the owner wanting him to play, I mean, if you think he's just that bad at business, then that's your personal opinion. But you're going to play a guy that people don't want to see, that people actively call in and say they're not going to support the Browns if he plays again. You're going to play that guy at the same time that you're trying to sell tickets for the future.
So, Jimmy Haslam, it comes down to you, big guy. You ain't going to play the young kid? You ain't going to play the future? They don't want to play the future, chat. They don't want to move on, chat. They still looking back. They still looking back, chat. Yesterday, I told you, eventually, chat, what they got to do. Eventually, they got to stop trying to turn the pages. Eventually, chat, they got to stop trying to turn the pages. Eventually, chat, they got to stop trying to turn the pages with Deshaun Watson. And eventually, they got to close the goddamn book. Eventually, you got to go put the book down and move on. So, chat, it begs the question. What's really going on? What's really the problem? I see this time and time again, practice after practice. Yes, we could have had a better day in the office on Saturday. Yes, that is a fact. We could have had a better day in the office on Saturday. Yes, that is a fact. But we throw in one interception. We threw one interception, Chad, and the sky's falling. Shedeur is the worst thing ever to happen to the NFL. We throw one interception, and the battle is over. But has the battle been over before it even started? Are they continuing to try to turn the next page instead of closing the book on Deshaun Watson? Chad, I'm begging the question, and I'm asking you, Chad, because I just want to know. The money's already paid. The money's already paid. Why are we wasting our time? I want to listen to the soliloquy one more time. He said, what, chat? Is what?
Up the money that's spent. That's old money.
That's old money. He said it.
I would love it if Shedeur would just seize the job.
Would they love it if Shedeur just sees the job? Or has it been rigged all along? Because the question we're going to continue to come back to, chat, is the notable developments that's happening. We're going to keep on coming back to it. Dillon Gabriel, you're getting reps on Shedeur days with the twos. On Shedeur days with the ones, you get no reps because Deshaun is with the twos. So are we just trying to get Deshaun Watson ready because he hasn't played in over 2 years and he needs the reps? Or is it something not clean in the milk? Is it something that we got to continue to look into?
They would love it. They would love every minute of that.
He's young. Right now, he's cheap. He's very popular. He is very popular. The whole thing about the owner wanting him to play, I mean, if you think he's just that bad at business, then that's your personal opinion. But you're going to play a guy that people don't want to see, that people actively call in and say they're not going to support the Browns if he plays again. You're going to play that guy at the same time that you're trying to sell tickets for the future.
Why would they play him, Chad? How come they don't want to turn the page? And this was the throw of the day by Shedeur Sanders. That's why we don't spam it. You know how that goes. But how come they don't want to turn the page, Chad? To the future. How come they don't want to give him the keys? And Shedeur, that's a third down. These boys, look, no separation. No separation. God damn. You getting manhandled over there. So you know we practicing with the twos, but we still dropping dimes. It won't matter the day. But that's besides the point. How come we just can't give him the keys? How come we just can't give him the keys? Is this a fake competition? Andrew Barry, we just heard what you said yesterday. Andrew, can you come back into the front of the congregation? Andrew, can you tell my people one more time what you said yesterday? You said, Andrew, the money don't matter. You said it only matters what you do on the field. I got to listen to it one more time because maybe I didn't hear you. Maybe my ears are just clogged.
How much of the pressure is on you to start the Watson because of what you're paying?
How much of the pressure is on you, Andrew, to start Watson because you're paying him? How much? How much?
Yeah, it's a great question. I know that can be a common narrative in professional sports, but you're 100% right that it doesn't matter what they're paid when they're on the field. Like, what we want are wins and performance and production. I think we saw good things from both guys. Obviously, look, it's preseason, so guys aren't going to be perfect. I think we continue to see major growth in Shedeur's game.
So if you continue to see major growth in Shedeur's game, then what are we waiting for, Andrew? What are we waiting for? Oh, he's sitting around here just tweeting our thumbs. What are we waiting for? If we know we got 2 first-round picks next year, and we really got to see what we got in this young guy, what are we waiting for? What are we waiting for? I'm going to let you finish, Andrew, but let's go rewind it back just 2 seconds.
Guys aren't going to be perfect. I think we continue to see major growth in Shedeur's game, both in terms of his processing speed. We know he's got a really natural touch with the deep ball. We know he's naturally accurate. I think you watch him in terms of how he navigates the pocket. That's greatly improved from his rookie year. And then really, the operation as well, because this offense puts a lot on the quarterbacks at the line of scrimmage. And I think both of those guys really handled it well. Obviously, don't like to see the turnover. I think Shedeur said after the game.
But Andrew, all this is irrelevant. You're saying he looks good. He's improving. You ain't the only one saying this and caping for my guy Shedeur. One of y'all greatest players of all time, or at least the only quarterback that ever played good in Cleveland. He's even saying something. He's even saying a little bit of something. How do you feel about this, Bernie? What do you want, Bernie?
People respond to him.
Really?
I want to follow him.
Really?
Okay,
Why?
Yeah. I love the way he is, the way he conducts himself. He's amazing in the community. I think I was good with high school kids. I think I was philanthropic, okay, giving back. It's impressive what he does in the community. It's beautiful how he handles himself. I absolutely want to see him play. I had a certain way of wanting to lead our team, okay? And when you're the guy, you could do things as a leader, okay? If you're not the guy, it's harder sometimes to yell at you, to correct you, to coach you up, to take you out with you and then mandate how you're going to run routes or what I'd like to see you do versus blitz zero, because I'm going to hang in there a little longer and I get you to do that and believe in that. He could do that. Guys want to run play for him. And I want to see that. And I think we should embrace that as a team.
Dang, Bernie. Can I drop a bomb for you real quick, Bernie? Because you said it. We should embrace him. We should just give him the keys and just see what he got. But is Jimmy Haslam the one who continues to want to turn the page? Who continues to not want to put down the book? He just wants to read and keep turning the pages. He just wants to keep turning the pages. He just wants to keep turning the pages. Why? Bernie see the light. Andrew Barry act like he see the light. I see the light. What's the holdup? What we waiting for? We like screen passes. We like check downs. This is what we like. Nice little slant route. Good timing. Ain't nothing wrong with it. That offensive line, though, with this blitz, boy, y'all, that pressure getting back there quick. They already on them. But this is what we continue to want to see. This is what we want, chat. Huh? I'm just asking, man. What's really the holdup? What's really the holdup? I know Shedeur ain't do himself no favors last Saturday. I know Shedeur ain't do himself no favors last Saturday, chat. I understand and I get that. But who was better recently? I asked you the question. Let's dive into it. Who was better recently, chat? I'm just asking for a friend. Let's look at and examine the numbers really fast. Let's take a flash back into the past. Let's take a flashback into the past. Just for 2 seconds, chat. And then we're going to come back to the present day. Who was better recently in their last 7 starts? Shedeur had said 7 last year. Deshaun, in your 7th NFL season, in your last 7 starts back in 2024, 2 years ago. 2 years ago. Let's not forget that. Just want to put an emphasis on it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But if we're looking at it, chat, I zoom out so you can get the full picture. If we're looking at it, Deshaun Watson in his last 7 games that he's played, he's 1 for 6. He's only thrown for 1,000 yards. 1,148 to be exact. He only averaged 164 yards per pass attempt. He had 5 touchdowns in a span of 7 games. He went 1 for 6 in a span of 7 games. He threw 3 interceptions in a span of 7 games. But this was your 7th season in the league, Deshaun. You had 33 sacks in your 7th season in the league. You had rush yards, 148 in your 7th season in the league. You averaged 6.3 yards per scramble in your 7th season in the league. So now I beg you the question, Chad. Last 7 games of Deshaun Watson versus the last 7 games of Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur, can you come into the front of the congregation? Because now we got to look at your numbers. Your last 7 games, Shedeur Sanders. You went 3 for 4. Beat 2 divisional opponents last season to end the season. And then on a high note, I give you credit for that. Not extra credit, but you get a little credit for that. You threw for 1,400 yards last year. Not bad. Could have been better, though. You had 175 yards per pass attempt. Not bad. Definitely could be better. But that's okay. It was your rookie year. You was a rookie. Ain't have really no OTAs. Ain't have really no training camp. Because training camp, you know how training camp looked last year for Shedeur? Y'all want to know how training camp looked last year for Shedeur? It was like this. Taylor Green numbers. But it probably was a little lower than that. You want to know how training camp days looked last year for Shedeur? Before he played them 7 games. Before he played them 7, chat. You want to know how it looked for Shedeur? He was Taylor Green. Going 0 for 0. Going 0 for 0. And overall, I'm pretty sure he probably have over 30 attempts. But he was Taylor Green. On a day just like today, August 18th, 2026. I'm just setting the stage for you. He was like Taylor Green going 0 for 0. But then, Shedeur, something happened. Something happened when you got your opportunity. You was thrust into the game. Right? Thrust into the game. After not having no reps with the ones or twos, damn near the whole year. You know we got to add that into account, chat. I'm just begging the question. I'm just bringing it to your attention. I just want to have a conversation. So, chat, if we break it down, if we look at it with our own two eyes, if we peel the layers back, in 7 games, Shedeur, when you look like Taylor Green going 0 for 0 in all them columns, when you ain't getting no practice reps, you're throwing the practice dummies. Hey, ain't no excuse for that. Because when you touch that field, we expect you to ball. When you touch that field, we expect you to shine. When you touch that field, we expect a lot out of you, my guy. That's just a bar you didn't set for yourself, and that's a bar we didn't set for you. So in them 7 games, you had 7 touchdowns as we continue, but you had 10 interceptions. That's not good, Shedeur. That's not good. But if we examine the numbers, if we looking at the numbers, somebody who had a whole season, one of the greatest of all time, he once threw a whole bunch of interceptions too. Shedeur, you ain't played a whole season. You ain't had 16 starts, all 16 starts in your rookie season. You ain't have all the practice reps with the ones and the twos. Because I remember a Peyton Manning who threw 28 interceptions, 28 of them his rookie season. But they don't talk about that. So let's get back to the numbers. You threw 10 of them, Shedeur. That is not good. But I seen a GOAT who's a GOAT in some people's eyes. He ain't my GOAT. You know my GOAT, Tom, and so the 12. But he's the GOAT in some people's eyes. He threw 28 interceptions his rookie season. That's a fact. That's a fact, chat. You threw 10. That's not good. So we average that out, add another, 8, 9 games, add a whole full resume. We're going to give you about 20 touchdowns, maybe around 20 interceptions, maybe a little less if you played the whole season. But we ain't talking about the whole season. We're comparing 7 games to 7 games. So that's on me. Let me stay on track, chat. That's on me. You had 23 sacks compared to Deshaun Watson's 33 in his last 7 games. You averaged 169. Well, you had, not average. You had a total of 169 rush yards. But you're not a rusher. You ain't fast. You ain't known as athletic. Deshaun is known as athletic. Deshaun is known as a quarterback who can scramble, who can use his feet, make throws on the run. He was known once before as one of them guys. He was compared to the likes of Patrick Mahomes at one point in time. In his last 7 games, how you end up with more rush yards than him? I ain't saying, hey, chat, I ain't saying it's a big difference, but I'm just saying. Stats lie? Do they? No, they don't. Men lie, women lie. Stats don't, chat. Remember that. Remember that. Because now I just want to zoom in if you can't see. Now I just want to zoom in a little bit more if you can't see. Because now I want to really look at the comparison. Because football is a game of what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? And Deshaun Watson, you haven't done much for me lately, baby. But maybe, just maybe, chat. Just maybe, chat. You know the numbers that they're looking at? Because with football being a what have you done for me lately? Are they looking at these numbers? Are they looking at these numbers from the preseason? Preseason? We talking about preseason? Chat, we talking about preseason? We talking about practice? Talking about practice in the preseason? Okay. Well, even if we look at these numbers, one quarterback had the number 1 offense with the number 1 offensive line at least for 2 straight series. The other quarterback was playing with the 3s and 4s. So that's not a fair comparison. You can't compare apples or oranges. It's not an apples to apples comparison. Yes, we threw an interception, but he also, and Deshaun Watson, had a fumble. Whether you give him credit, whether you blame the offensive line or whether you don't, he was out there with the 1 and 2 offensive line. He was out there with better weapons. He was out there with a better offensive line than what we had. We threw that thing and it slipped. We can't have that, Shedeur. Remember that. That's a bad interception. Can't have it at all. I don't care if it slipped. But the topic at hand is, what have you done for me lately? So if we're looking at the last preseason game on Saturday, if we're looking at these stats from the last 7 games, and if we're looking at the fake AI tracker stats, and let's not forget about them 7 touchdowns in one game. Let's not forget about them 7 touchdowns in one day, because I would have set an NFL record if it was a game, but it wasn't. So if we're looking at stats, and if I tell you men lie, women lie, but if we're focusing on not the preseason games, if we're focusing on not practice, but if we focus on the last NFL games, chat, you tell me. You tell me who you taking. You got 7 games. Who you taking? Chat, remember this. Men lie, women lie. Stats and numbers don't, baby. So we comparing your 7 to Deshaun and my 7. What's up? This your 7th season in the year. You're supposed to be the next coming of Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, we know you had a little trouble. Yeah, we know you went through a little some. But at the end of the day, that's all irrelevant, baby. What have you done today? What have you done for me lately? So, chat, I beg the question. I ask you the question. If it's based off the numbers, if it's based off of what boys are doing in the preseason, if it's based off of practices, if it's based off of what you did in the NFL games, then what we talking about? How come they don't just hand I got the keys? What's holding us back? Is it Jimmy? Let's look at the chat. Is it Jimmy, chat? What's holding us back? What's holding us back? Deshaun Watson, when you played your last 7 games, you're supposed to be him. You was in your 7th season in the league. You had all the number 1 reps because you was him. You were a $200 million quarterback in 2024. In 2024, you're a $200 million quarterback. You're bouncing back after all the allegations and all the extraness. How come you wasn't cooking? But if we compare your last 7 to my 7, I got more touchdowns. I got more yards. I won more games. So what are we really talking about? What are we really talking about? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Shedeur got that it factor. Shedeur got that it factor. We care about who taking control of the snap. We care about cadences. Chad, I'm ready to turn the page. I'm ready to turn the page, baby. Can we turn the page, Chad? Because now if we compare the numbers, if we're really diving into it, chat, what's going on? I'm just trying to understand, even if we're looking at the preseason, the AI tracking numbers. I'm just trying to understand. This 15 days in the camp. 15 days in the camp. Deshaun Watson, you got way, see, even this AI tracker, they throw way more passes than this in practice, chat. But Deshaun, you got more throws than us. Your numbers don't look bad, but them 7 touchdowns in a day. Chat, them 7 touchdowns in a day. I'm just saying it make these stats look real nice. It make these stats look real nice, chat. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, chat. Because if we take them 16 touchdowns, like, who got the better numbers if we take them 7 touchdowns away in one day? Even if we add them 2 or 3 more. Who got the better numbers, chat? If we looking at the last NFL played games, who got the better numbers? Better yet, who won? Shedeur had the 31st offensive line last year. 31st. He had absolutely no weapons. He didn't have Junkins. He did have Fadden. Shall I continue? Jerry was abysmal. Dropping everything. So we did a lot with a little bit. So now if you give me Denzel Boston, you give me Casey Concepcion, Chad, can we talk about it? You give me Denzel Boston, you give me Casey Concepcion, you give me a healthy Harold Fadden, you give me a healthy Kershawn Junkins, Denzel Boston, a Jerry Jeudy who may be, he on his last leg. The Cleveland Browns don't owe him no more guaranteed money after this year. So Jerry got to perform this year. A motivated Jerry Jeudy. So let's rewind it. A motivated Jerry Jeudy who got to get another contract. Because if not, Cleveland can let you go bye-bye next year. So you got to ball out this year. You give me a Casey Concepcion who looked nice during the preseason. You give me a Denzel Boston who been looking nice all camp. You give me a Harold Fadden. You give me a Quinshon Junkins. You give me a Dillon Sampson. Shall I continue? Last year I only won 3 games, chat. Last year I only had 3 games, chat. I only won 3 games, chat. Chat only won 3 games, chat, with the 31st ranked offensive line. With the 31st ranked offensive line. With no offensive weapons. I didn't have Fannin, my go-to target. I ain't had Quinshon. He had a broken leg. Who did I have, chat? And now we got 2 more weapons. Now we got a healthy Fannin. Now we got a healthy Quinshon. And you ain't going to let me ball out with them? Huh? You ain't going to let me go cook after I did what I did with... You saw what I had last year. What are we talking about? So, Andrew Berry, I raised you the question. And I need you to come back to the front of the congregation. Because the question was asked to you, Andrew. Ask it one more time.
Because of what you're paying.
Yeah.
How much of the pressure is on you to start the Watson because of what you're paying?
Yeah, it's a great question. I know that can be a common narrative in professional sports, but you're 100% right that it doesn't matter what they're paid when they're on the field. Like,
so if it don't matter what they paid, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Because now I'm starting to really get pissed off. And it's not because I don't think Deshaun Watson like that. It's not because I want Deshaun Watson to get hurt. It's not because I want Dillon. I don't want Dillon Gabriel to start. It's not because of none of that. What have you done for me lately? Jimmy Haslam. Jimmy. Can we hear from Jimmy? Jimmy, can I bring you into the front of the congregation? Jimmy, can I bring you into the front of the congregation, please? Come on, man. Jimmy, can I bring you into the front of the congregation? You said it was a swing and a miss. So what are we talking about? Why are we still looking backwards when there's so much in front of us? Why are we still waiting and sitting on our hands and feet when there's so much in front of us? Why are we still here trying to spend these pages on Deshaun Watson when Andrew, you said the money don't matter. So what matters, Andrew?
what we want are wins and performance and production.
What we want is wins, performance, and production. If what you want is wins, performance, and production, let's compare the last 7 games each one has played. Let's look at the whole totality of training camp. What are we talking about? I know what the propaganda's saying. I know what they said. But dog, what are we waiting for? What we gotta lose 2-3 games for and then put Shedeur in? What? Come on, man. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about, chat? Lose 2 or 3 games. Let's still see what we have in Deshaun Watson. Well, sir, the last 7 games that we saw from Deshaun Watson was not good. Well, sir, the last 2 years with Deshaun Watson, he ain't played in about 2 years. What do we see? The last 5 years, he's only played 19 games. So what are we still waiting for? What are we waiting for? Like I'm just asking common questions, chat. Cause this graphic, hey, men lie, women lie, stats don't. Men lie, women lie, stats don't. So what are we really talking about? Even if you look at the AI fake numbers and you let's take away 4 touchdowns from Deshaun Watson. So that 7 he got it that day, let's take away a few of those. Let's say Deshaun Watson sitting at 19-9 right now. Shedeur Sanders sitting at 16-4. Actually, if we're going to take some away from Deshaun, we got to get Shedeur a few because we know they ain't count a few that he had. Whose numbers is better? Who's been taking the care of the ball more? Deshaun went out there with the ones, and they acting like Deshaun cooked. Deshaun Watson threw a screen pass, he threw check downs, and he operated the 15 very well. Actually, let me just go ahead and bring in another unbiased opinion. Is that okay, chat? Can I bring in another unbiased opinion real quick? Is that okay? Come on, man. What are we talking about? What are we waiting for? It's getting disrespectful at this point. I'm tired of it, chat. I am. But anyway, Titus, come talk to my people real quick, please. Hold on, chat. That's on me. Chat.
With Deshaun, I love the way that he executed that first 15 scripted plays. I thought that he was in rhythm.
You love the fact that he executed those 14 or 15 scripted plays. Okay, continue, Titus.
I thought he was on time. I thought all of that was great. I think that if Shedeur goes out there and executes that first 15 the way Deshaun did, then to me personally, I will roll with Shedeur as the starting quarterback on the season because he gives you that aspect of.
Hold on. Don't just gloss over it, Titus. Tell us why. Hold on. Let's start it over, Titus. Hold on. I don't want people to think you're biased. Say it all over again. Let's rewind it back for the people in the back. Because you're making a little sense. You may be making a little too much sense for our liking.
Executed. Honestly, I think that with Deshaun, I love the way that he executed that first 15 scripted plays. I thought that he was in rhythm. I thought he was on time. I thought all of that was great.
Okay.
I think that if Shedeur goes out there and executes that first 15 the way Deshaun did, then to me personally, I will roll with Shedeur as the starting quarterback on the season because he gives you that aspect of you have to defend every blade of grass. When it came to Deshaun, I thought he did a great job of executing, getting the ball out.
Hold on, Titus. You said hold on. Every blade of grass you got to cover with the Shedeur, right? Let me let you just finish your take. My bad, chat.
Grass. When it came to Deshaun, I thought he did a great job of executing, getting the ball out, hitting guys on the drive starters and doing all those things, getting the chains moving, putting up the points and all of those things. Mm-hmm. But there's still that component of, if I'm a DB, nobody's threatening me deep. You ain't pushing the ball down the field. So I can still be flat-footed as a safety. To which Shedeur, you got to defend every blade of grass. And I think that ultimately that opens up things. You think about a safety being flat-footed with not having to worry about being pushed down the field. Now you can add me into the run fit. I'm a quicker to trigger on the run, and now that hurts the running backs. So to me, I think that with Deshaun, I want him to see some plays more, push the ball a little bit more than 10 yards down the field. Give me a 15 or 20 yarder to ease my mind on that. And when it comes to Shedeur, I want to see him execute. I want to see him play on time. I want to see him get the ball, read the defense right away. Boom. All right, this is what they in. Boom. I'm supposed to go right here, get the ball out in a timely manner. Like play on time a little bit more. I think that if you could do that, to me, you always go with the younger guy in that situation.
Titus, you think so? You think so, Titus? So you said with Deshaun Watson, he looked like check down Charlie. With Deshaun Watson, he looked just like Dillon Gabriel. Deshaun Watson and Dillon Gabriel, they damn near very similar. They can check it down. They can play on time. They can play in rhythm. But they ain't never checking that thing down deep. And in an NFL game, you at least need about one or two of those balls chucked down deep to keep the defense on its toes, to keep them safeties back, to keep them corners being honest, to keep them safeties playing on their toes instead of playing flat-footed and being able to help on the run. You make a lot of great points, Titus, because with Shedeur, you got to cover every blade of grass. There's a little bit more you got to worry about within that game plan. But with Dillon and Gabriel and Deshaun Watson, we ain't really seen him throw that ball down deep like that, at least not in the game. Even if I watch Deshaun Watson highlights, look up right now in the chat, look up Deshaun Watson, Cleveland Brown highlights, and tell me how many balls you see in the air over 20 yards or over 15 yards. Tell me how many balls you see in the air in them 19 games. Them 19 games that he played. You see, let's go back to this graphic. He has only played 19 games in 5 years. 19 games in 5 years. You played 7 in 2024. So if we take 19 minus 7, how many games is that? Because you played a chunk of them games, them 7 games in 2024. So if you played 7 in 2024, right, chat. How many more have you played? You played so in one season, you played 7 games. And then in every other season combined, you only played about 13 or 12. I don't know. I wasn't good at math, chat. You can do the math. Do it for me, chat. So can we please make it make sense? Can we please make it make sense? Because, chat, I'm not only letting you hear from me, I'm letting you hear from everybody. It's not just me saying this. But dog, can we give Shedeur the reins and the keys? Bernie, can you repeat what you said earlier? Y'all greatest player, arguably, who's ever played quarterback for you. So not the greatest player, because that's probably Joe Thomas. But y'all greatest player, at least who played quarterback for you. This is what he said about our guy. Not that it means much, but it means a little bit.
Players love him. People respond to him.
Really?
I want to follow him.
Really?
Players love him. People respond to him. I want to damn near follow him. Continue, Bernie.
Okay,
Why?
I love the way he is, the way he conducts himself. He's amazing in the community. I think I was good with high school kids. I think I was philanthropic, okay, giving back. It's impressive what he does in the community. It's beautiful how he handles himself. I absolutely want to see him play. I had a certain way of wanting to lead our team, okay? And when you're the guy, you could do things as a leader, okay? If you're not the guy, it's harder sometimes to yell at you, to correct you, to coach you up, to take you out with you and then mandate how you're going to run routes or what I'd like to see you do versus blitz zero, because I'm going to hang in there a little longer and I get you to do that and believe in that. He could do that. Guys want to run play for him. And I want to see that. And I think we should embrace that as a team.
As a team and organization. Can we drop one more goddamn bomb for goddamn Bernie Kosar, always keeping it nice and fresh and telling it how it is? Because Shedeur can't do any of those things until they hand him the keys, Bernie. But Bernie, it looked like this is what they want to see all season. This is what they want to see all season, Bernie. 5-yard passes, 5, 2, 3-yard passes. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It might be a first down. It might be a first down. It's third down. You need a couple yards. Good pass, Deshaun. Great pass. But this what y'all want to see all season? Cleveland Brown fans. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking. That's what y'all want to see all season? That's what y'all want to see all season? Huh? That's what y'all want to see? Huh? That's what y'all want to see? Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Cut it out, man. Cut it out. Because now, chat, all this begs the question. Why are we still wasting our fucking time with Deshaun Watson? Why? Why one day when Shedeur with the ones and he cooks, he does well. It goes 15 for 21, 3 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson goes with the twos, goes 13 for 17, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Dillon Gabriel gets 2 reps on this day that Deshaun Watson is going with the twos. He doesn't split any reps. With Dillon Gabriel. But then on Shedeur Day to go with the twos, he has to split reps with fucking Dillon Gabriel. Excuse my French, chat, but I'm sorry. I'm getting pissed now. Shedeur has to split reps with Dillon Gabriel. Deshaun Watson, not only did he get a lot of reps yesterday, he got a lot of reps today. Shedeur Sanders. You see how when Shedeur, my bad, chat. I know I'm going a little fast. All right, let me go ahead and slow it down. Deshaun Watson still get as many reps, even on the day with the twos, than Shedeur get. He still almost get as many reps as Shedeur with the ones. And then on Shedeur Day with the twos, he has to split some reps with fucking Dillon Gabriel. Excuse my French, chat, but god dang. What? What are we doing, bro? Y'all really want to see Deshaun Watson go out there that bad? Y'all want the man out there seeing ghosts that bad? Come on, bro. Because the proof is right here. One notable development over the last week or so, that Dillon Gabriel doesn't split any reps with Deshaun Watson when Watson is with the twos. Just 2 passing reps yesterday. But when Shedeur Sanders is with the twos, Gabriel gets significantly more reps. 8 passing reps today. Another indicator that the Browns are maximizing Watson's reps in preparation for week 1. Wow. Whoa. Because even on a day like today, 16 for 25, Shedeur gets only 13 passing reps, if this is right, if this is not AI. And then Dillon Gabriel get 8 reps, even though he got only 2 yesterday? Huh? Dog, if y'all want Deshaun Watson to be the starter, just name him a starter so we can move the hell on. So we can watch this ish show, because it's going to be an ish show. It's going to be horrible. It's going to look bad. And then you want to throw Shedeur in there to say today? Huh? Potentially when one of the wide receivers can get injured. Potentially when the defense ain't healthy no more. Potentially when a couple of offensive linemen ain't injured. What are we doing, man? What are we doing? I'm fed up with it, chat. I'm over it, chat. I'm tired of it, chat. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Because this is what I see from 2. This is what I see from 2. Working scramble drill. This is what I see from 2. We saw this yesterday. Working the scramble drill. Working the scramble drill. You see the coach tell him go that way. You see him. Okay. Okay. Now Deshaun Watson. You doing the same drill. Doing the same thing. Bro, that's come on now. Not really the best comparison. But one guy look a little smoother, another guy look like his ass gonna get sacked. Yes, it's just a drill. I get it. Yes, it is. But chat, if they gonna name Deshaun Watson the starter, just do it. What are we wasting time for? What are we wasting time for? What we waiting for? Just do it. If it's not a real competition, don't tell us that. Because Todd lying to us is not good for you, baby. It's not good. Telling us a quarterback competition when we see how it's really shaking out, how it's really going. When we reading between the lines, literally. Come on, man. Come on, man. Because you know what people want to do? You know what people want to do? Instead of breaking down Deshaun Watson 6-7 drives, instead of taking the time to break down Deshaun Watson's 6 or 7 goddamn drives, they want to take the time to break down Shedeur 3.
A good moment and then some moments that we have to grow. So this is early on. Shedeur starts the game well.
How come we can't get Deshaun Watson starting the game well? How come we can't see Deshaun Watson doing so good, and then when he get the lost fumble, throwing balls in the dirt, getting a little spook, getting a little happy feet in the pocket? We watched the film from the game. Y'all want to take time out y'all day to talk about Shedeur, his 3 drives that he got, his 1 interception that he threw. Y'all want to take the time out of y'all day to do that? Instead of focusing on the guy who had like 6 or 7 drives and actually played with the ones, who's projected and looking like he's going to be the starter? What are we talking about?
This is early on in the game. It's 3rd down and long, okay? So start with the vision on the center. The center's job, get to line of scrimmage. It's called the sugar snap.
The sugar snap. Guess what? I don't want to hear it. Because, Chad, we got 3 drives. 3 of them. And they want to break down every little play. They want to take notes about every little thing that we did. We understand the microscope is on us. But we throw damn near 1 interception and the sky's falling. Well, Todd Monken, if that one interception overshine all the good things that we did, if that one interception overshine all the good things that we did in this game, if that one interception overshine all the good things that we did in this game, like this dot that he should have been caught, that because the very next play on this same drive, we threw an interception. Maybe we catch that thing. Maybe if we catch that thing, we catch it, we tuck it. get them 2 feet in. Maybe we won't throw that interception. But we threw it. Shouldn't have been thrown. Bad throw. But we don't look at the dots. We don't talk about that. We only got 3 drives. And we was playing with the 2s, the 3s, the 4s. First of all, we wasn't even playing with the 2s. My bad, the 3s and the 4s. We playing with the 3s and the 4s. And y'all breaking down our 3 drives. Trying to compare apples to apples when it wasn't apples to apples. It's not an apples to apples comparison, regardless of however you want to slice at it. Shedeur Sanders, yes, he threw an interception to 3s and 4s. Yes, he should have played better in that preseason game. It did not help his case. It didn't. But dog, Deshaun Watson got like 8 drives. 3 of them was pretty good. The first couple was good. After that 15 scripted, what happened? After you gotta diagnose your own stuff, after it's just not the plays you practice during practice, what happened? How did Deshaun Watson look? Come on, man. It begs my point. Let's not talk about preseason. Let's not talk about what he did yesterday, what he did during practice. Let's talk about the last 7 games that both players have played in an actual NFL game during the actual regular season. You see the numbers. So what are we really talking about? What's the discussion? Come on, man. If you want him, come on, man. If you want him, like if I'm being honest, if you really want Deshaun to play, just go ahead and play Deshaun. Go ahead and do it. But what's the point? What's the point? Next
yeah,
play.
you can play limited football. Yeah, you can play limited football with Deshaun Watson, efficiency football, but teams are going to just sit on those shorter routes and force him to make a play. And that's where you still have a lot to see. But Shedeur, you saw improvement. You saw him scramble up in the pocket, go get some easy yards, hit the check down. I felt like Shedeur looked more like the starter as opposed to Deshaun. Deshaun looked like a very capable QB2. A lot of people are talking about Shedeur and all of these little minute.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again for the people in the back.
Shedeur looked more like the starter as opposed to Deshaun. Deshaun looked like a very capable QB2. A lot of people are talking about Shedeur and all of Deshaun looked like a very capable QB2. A lot of people are talking as opposed to Deshaun. Deshaun looked like a very capable QB2. A lot of people are talking about Shedeur and all of these little minute things as if we didn't see him play regular season games last year.
You said they looking at the minute things? They pointing out every little thing that he did wrong. But they forgot we won 3 games last year. We actually played NFL games last year where we looked pretty good at times and pretty not so good at times. But it was a rookie. It was my rookie year. I'm going to have a little ups and downs. Especially when I don't get no first-team reps or second-team reps in OTAs. I don't get no first-team reps or second-team reps in training camp. I don't get no first-team reps or second-team reps until week, what? Week 13 in the NFL season? Or week 12, whenever he got in? Huh? But they forget that. They forget we actually play games. Say it again, my guy. One more time for the people in the back.
That's where you still have a lot to see. But Shedeur, you saw improvement. You saw him scramble up in the pocket, go get some easy yards, hit the check down. I felt like Shedeur looked more like the starter as opposed to Deshaun. Deshaun looked like a very capable QB2. A lot of people are talking about Shedeur and all of these little minute things as if we didn't see him play regular season games last year. Like, so getting in and out of huddle is not a problem. And the more you do it, the faster quicker it comes. Yeah, you can play limited football with Deshaun Watson, efficiency football, but teams are going to just sit on those shorter routes and force him to make a play.
Exactly. So that begs the question, chat. What are we really talking about? He can't get in and out of the huddle. His cadence, his cadence. He can't get in and out of the huddle. Did we not see this man play 7 games last year? Did we not see him win 3 games? Did we not see him end the season with 2 straight wins over 2 division opponents? But he can't get out the huddle? Well, shit, I saw him get out the huddle a few times. How the hell you can't get out of the huddle, but you win 3 games in the NFL? Asking for a friend. Really, you should have won about 4 or 5. Because the Tennessee Titan game, when you threw for over 350 yards and 3 touchdowns and a rushing touchdown, we should have won that game, but Kevin Stefanski saw you cooking and he took you out when there was a chance to tie the game up. And that was against the Tennessee Titans. And then against the Buffalo Bills, he took you out again when you was cooking. We should have won that game. So imagine if we won 5 games last year. But coulda, woulda, shoulda. We won 3. But let's have a conversation. Because we played in the NFL last year. The NFL is what have you done for me lately? And the proof was last goddamn year. And now you saying we even got better? Now you're saying we're improving? Now you saying we got weapons? What are we doing? Cleveland, you want to suck forever, don't you? You want to be the talk of the league forever. You want to be at the goddamn bottom forever. You don't even know what a goddamn franchise quarterback look like. God. Want to continue to just read this old book. Throw it away. Jesus Christ. Goddamn Cleveland, goddamn Browns. Some Cleveland Brown-ish going on right now. Give him the reins. See what he got. Give him the full season. Get Deshaun Watson that contract up out of there. You ain't going to re-sign him next year. You already gave him over $200 million. What's another 40? You got 2 first-round picks next year. If you want a quarterback, go get him. Let Shedeur go. But let's see what he got. Give the whole season instead of just 7 goddamn games. When you just throw him in there at the end of the goddamn season. Behind the 31st worst offensive line in the league. No weapons. Cleveland, what are we doing? Y'all doing some Cleveland-ish. Like, Chad, I ain't gonna lie to you. We might have to cut the stream off earlier. Because I'm gonna get to the point where I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna get to the point, Chad, I'm gonna get to the point where I might say something. And I'm not trying to say it. But Chad, at this point, Chad, it's like, bro, what are we doing, bro? It's like, what are we doing? Why are we wasting time? SO to the new wide receiver. Y'all just got 2 out there in Cleveland, man. SO to the new wide receiver. Cleveland Browns. SO to the new wide receiver y'all got. That boy is 6'5", 200 some plus. SO to him. SO to him. Because if we being honest, Watson made about seven mistakes in that first preseason game. Watson started seeing ghosts. He got worse as the game went on. He had all the starters. He went against goddamn 4th stringers. The Bears ain't played none of their defensive starters. But everybody want to say this first preseason game, it's the gold. Everybody want to say this first preseason game, it's gospel. Everybody want to say Shedeur and what he did was not it. I'm done, Chad. I'm done, man. We know this is what Cleveland do. But what I'm not understanding is why are they propping Deshaun Watson up and not Shedeur? Why y'all trying y'all hardest to want to see Deshaun Watson look good? The man looked average. The man was playing The Chicago Bears, their defense, bro, they ain't even played one. Bro, they played third and fourth stringers on their defense. They did. Chicago Bears did not play now. I think they played maybe 1 or 2 starters on that defensive line and on our defense period that first game. So you had the first team offense, Deshaun, for those first couple drives, and you did okay. You put up 10 points. Wow, whoop-de-doo against the Chicago Bears backups. Shedeur Sanders got in there. He looked a lot worse, but he didn't look that bad. He had one mistake, and that was that interception that everybody's focusing on. But he looked better than you, Deshaun. Because after you fumbled, you started seeing ghosts. And you only fumbled because you didn't get the ball out of your hand and you ain't read what you were supposed to read. I ain't even trying to bring up all the clips that I got of you, Deshaun, because I'm not trying to rip another black man down. I'm not. But Deshaun Watson did not look that good in that first preseason game after them first couple drives, if we're being honest. He had about 6 or 7 drives. So, Shedeur, I just want you to come out here in 2 days, versus the Buffalo Bills, and cook their ass during practice. Then I want you to come out on Saturday and cook their ass on Saturday, because I'm going to be at the game. I'm going to be at the game on Saturday. Yes, we're going to be in Cleveland. We was in the shy. We caught off flight. Now, guess what? We're going to Cleveland this weekend. I'm going to get you a post-game and a pre-game, and I'm going to be sitting in the stands just like this once a goddamn game. Because I want to see with my own 2 eyes. Does my eyes, and do I need to get my ass checked? Is my eyes deceiving me? Come on, man. Just name goddamn Deshaun Watson the starter so we can move the hell on. So we can see him play about 1 or 2 games and look horrible. Not even trying to put that on that man, but it's obvious. But everybody want to take, oh, we had 1 interception. The sky's falling. The sky's falling. Come on, man. Come on, man. But chat, I'm not going to play in front of y'all face. I'm going to tell you the real. Deshaun Watson is starting week 1. Unless Shedeur come out here and just shut everybody and their mama up and just go for like 18 for 18, 200 plus yards, 4-5 TDs, that's going to make it undeniable, and that's going to make them look stupid if they throw Deshaun Watson out there. They look stupid if they throw Deshaun Watson out there anyway. He's played 5 games in 19. He's played 19 games in 5 years. Why are we continuing to look at this horrible goddamn script? Why are we continuing to give Deshaun Watson reps over Shedeur? Now we giving Dillon Gabriel reps over Shedeur? Yeah, I want Deshaun Watson to look good so much. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. First of all, the NFL is not scripted. It's not. Cut it out. Cut it out. It's just some teams just happen to be a lot better than others. Somebody said we got to get Ty Monken a pair of glasses too. Yeah, we do. Yeah, we want Shedeur to continue to do what he's supposed to do, chat. And I get what y'all saying, chat. I promise you, I get what y'all saying. Let Deshaun Watson get out there. Then Shedeur gonna come in and he gonna ball. Chat, I don't want that. I know he gonna come in and he gonna cook. I understand all that. But my thing is, you got a young quarterback with a huge fan base. You got a whole new offensive line. You got new weapons. You got a young team and a young core. What the hell? You traded Myles Garrett. Deshaun Watson is a part of that Myles Garrett regime, bruh. What the hell are we still looking back for when there's so much to look forward to? What are we still looking back for when there's so much in Cleveland to look forward to? Let Shedeur cook with that boy KC. Let him cook with Denzel, Harold, Quinshawn. Let that young core cook. Just let them go out there and just see what they got. Shedeur does well. Wow, we hit the lotto. He does bad. Wow, we draft another quarterback next year. And we can move on from Shedeur Sanders. That's all I'm saying, chat. Y'all want us to wait. What are we waiting for? But now it's the fact that they playing in front of our faces again. That's what I don't appreciate. So Shedeur, yes, chat, you right. Shedeur, keep doing what the hell you doing. Because when you get out there, it's going to be open and a shut case. It's going to be undeniable what you do. God got something planned for you, and it's much bigger than what we can see right now. I wholeheartedly believe that. He got a plan for each and every one of us. But dog, what we kicking the tires for on something that's been about 5-10 years old? Something that's been just sitting over there riding in the corner for. No offense to Deshaun Watson, but I'm just keeping it in the buck with you. Just give him a full season. Let him go out here and cook. He do good, great. He do bad, great. It's a win-win situation regardless for Cleveland. But it's too obvious now because Shedeur Sanders was with the twos and split reps with Gabriel, and Watson has never split reps with Gabriel. He is always getting every single rep. Come on, man. Come on, man. And then Monken already said that he ain't playing the starters on Saturday because they got a joint practice on Thursday. So you already ain't going to give him the full weapons. You already ain't going to see fully what he got on Saturday like you gave Deshaun Watson. You already making him split reps, and you ain't made Deshaun Watson split nothing. We know what y'all want. We know what y'all going to do. That don't make it right, chat. That don't make it right. Yes, we want Deshaun Watson to potentially do well. I do. I don't wish him to do bad. I promise you I don't. I don't. Come on, man. Come on, man. And somebody just said it. To be honest, he still hasn't been developed like a true QB1. Exactly. Because he has shared reps. Exactly. This is his rookie season part 2. Exactly. We had the split reps last year with goddamn Joe Flacco, goddamn Dillon Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, and all them boys. Now we got to split reps with Deshaun. Well, I'm tired of splitting reps when I know I'm the best. Why I got to continue to split reps? Why can't I get the opportunity to get the full runway like a goddamn Jackson Dart, like a goddamn Tyler Shuck, like a goddamn Cam Ward? When they ain't none of them better than me. None of them. So are we punishing Deion? Are we punishing Shedeur now because of what Deion? Because the Deion was too good? You gave all these other quarterbacks in the league, all of them getting runways. But you got him still playing and going back and forth with this. I ain't going to call Deshaun out his name. I ain't going to do that. I almost did. But Deshaun Watson has played 19 games, bro, in 5 years. Deshaun Watson in his last 7 games compared to Shedeur's last 7 games is not really a comparison, bro. Deshaun Watson in 2024, he played 7 games. Subtract that, them 7 games in one season. Overall, he's only played 13 other than that. Come on, bro. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat. What we really talking about? What we really talking about? Come on, chat. He's only played 12 games total other than this one season, chat. He's only 30. He's still young, but he ain't got it no more. He don't. He don't. Can I get the ones? Because during practice, when I'm with the ones, I cook. During practice, when I'm with the first team, I cook. Watson is definitely going to get a majority of the Bills' joint practice reps. But I promise you, if Watson go out there and he look how we know he going to look against a potential playoff team in the Buffalo Bills, chat, come Thursday, I want y'all to be tuned all the way in right here. Because come Thursday, the truth going to be out. And if they still tried Deshaun Watson out there come the first week at Jacksonville, they deserve to lose as many games as they lose when they have Deshaun Watson out there. Come on, man. Come on, man. You say you developing them. Well, can we develop them like Jackson Dart getting developed, ain't splitting no first team reps? You say you developing them, but can we develop them like Tyler Shuck getting all the first team reps? You say you develop him. Can we develop him like Cam Ward getting all the first team reps? You say you developing him. You say he's getting better. Can we develop him like all these other quarterbacks? All these other quarterbacks who at least had a chance. When we going to get our opportunity? That's all I'm asking. That's all. When we going to get the full slate, the clear runway? That's all I'm asking, chat. That's it. That's it. Ain't that an honest question, chat? Let's get to y'all chats, man. Let's talk. I see what y'all saying in the chat, man. We're going to talk. We're going to ride this thing out, man, because I'm done, chat. If the more and more I talk about this, the more and more it's just going to make me mad. It's just going to make me mad, chat. And I'm not trying to throw no smut on Deshaun Watson's name because I like Deshaun Watson. I like Deshaun Watson. I wanted him to play for the Chicago Bears when he came out. He should have been drafted by the Chicago Bears, but we don't like black quarterbacks really in Chicago until we had no other choice but to draft one, because if we didn't, we would have looked dumb and not grabbing Caleb Williams. But at the time, we were still thinking back in the past times, and I can say that because I'm from Chicago. I know what it is out here. I know what it is out here in Chicago. Come on, man. I know how they move. We ain't draft Deshaun Watson because they ain't want Deshaun Watson. They at that time, they were still thinking back how they thought in the back of the day. They like, oh, we can win still with, we don't need a dual threat quarterback. We don't need a black quarterback. What? The leader of our franchise? Can it be Deshaun Watson, a black quarterback? No, we're going to go get Mitchell Trubisky, who only had 1 year in college. After Deshaun Watson then led them to a national championship in back-to-back years, he beat Alabama for a national championship, and we ain't going to take him? So best believe, chat, I really like Deshaun Watson. I really do know a lot about Deshaun Watson. I really am a fan of Deshaun Watson. But I can't continue to talk about this, chat. I can't, because it's putting me in a compromising situation. Because as much as I like Deshaun Watson, he doesn't have it anymore. It's gone. 2 Achilles surgeries, a shoulder surgery. Dog, the fact that he's even still playing is a fucking amazing. And I give him kudos. I clap it up for him. I really do. But Chad, if we're going to really have this conversation, if we're going to really call a spade, dog, Deshaun Watson looked like a nice little backup. He did. Deshaun Watson, if you prove me wrong, and I pray that you do, please do. Please, Deshaun, please do. But I got to ask. I know football. I played in the SEC. Not for a long while, for a little bit. But I played. I ain't make it to the league, but I know. I've been playing football. I played football for almost over 10, 15 plus years. 15, actually. Over 15 years. Damn near 20. Actually, it really is 20, but I ain't even trying to, I ain't trying to pat myself on the back. That's irrelevant. But I really do like Deshaun Watson, chat. That's what I'm trying to say. I really do. But this situation, how Cleveland operating and treating Shedeur, when they let Tyler Shuck? Yeah, he looked all right. But I want to see you do it again. Jackson Dart? Yeah, he looked all right, but he already concussion prone. That boy already injury prone, and he only going to... What are we talking about? Cam Ward? Dog, ain't none of them quarterbacks better than Shedeur Sanders. And none of them quarterbacks should have been drafted higher than Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is a first-round prospect. Was a first-round prospect. He deserves the full goddamn runway because he's a first-round talent. It's the truth. It's the truth. Look up all the draft notes before he got drafted. Before the NFL and them boys, them good old boys, they wanted to prove Shedeur Sanders and his pops, Dillon, they wanted to teach him a lesson. They wanted to teach him a lesson. But Shedeur Sanders has always been the best quarterback out of all of them boys. And now I just want him to get the same opportunity just like all them other boys. Like a Cam Ward, like a Tyler Shuck, like a Jackson Dart. Everybody that came out in that draft class. Just give him the same runway. That's it. And just see what he can do. But all I'm saying is, we played 7 games last year, and people tend to forget that. Did he have false starts every game, chat, last year? Could he get in and out of the huddle last year during actual NFL games? Huh? You talking about practice? Well, he's learning the whole new offensive system, getting more weapons, getting acclimated. And you saying that he? Come on, man. Chat, I'm done with it, chat. I'm done with it. But come Thursday, Shedeur, at this point, all we got to do is just have you prove yourself right and prove us right. But prove yourself right first, young man. Prove yourself right. Prove yourself right, Shedeur. That's it. That's it. That's it. Just play a clean game. Shedeur, be a good old boy just this one time. Be checked down, Charlie. You see a shot, take it, but be careful. But be a good old boy and do exactly what they want. Boom, 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 boom. Carve them up. Then hit them with that dot for a tutty. So it's undeniable. Prove yourself right. So that way all of us will be all right afterwards. But come on, man. Come on, man. Chat, you got a great convo going on. Y'all got a great convo going on. And I wish I can get to all y'all chats, but y'all moving a little too fast for me. But that's the thing. They saying even if he plays good, he's gonna be blackballed. Man, it's crazy. They saying Deshaun Watson is Flacco in the Browns' eyes. Yeah. But somebody said it. I don't know who said it, but they said that this is Shedeur Sanders rookie year 2.0. And it is. But dog, we don't need no goddamn veteran. Let Shedeur Sanders go out here, hell of dry water. It's either he gonna sink or he gonna start swimming. Just see what he got. But they really want to see what they got still in Deshaun Watson. And I get it. I get it. But who the fuck wants to start an NFL season? Excuse my French, chat, but I'm just being real. Who wants to start an NFL season 0-7, 0-5, 0-3, 0-2? It's a chance that Deshaun Watson can potentially be good, chat. It's a 10% chance he can really go out here and be good. But chat, we got 5 years of proof. 5. Chat. In one season, this is the last time I'm bringing this graphic up because we're going to move on and we done. In 5 seasons, chat, only 19 games. In one season, he played 7. So that means in 5 years, out of this one season, he only played 13 total games. Out of this one season. Actually, only 12. My bad. My number's off. But come on, man. This is why Baltimore and Philly wanted Shedeur. Because they knew the plan against him. Yeah. Same mess next year, too. Yeah, potentially. Shedeur plays well. Not Deshaun Watson or Monken can hear the end of it when he comes in for the second half. Yeah. They won't arch. Yeah. But to be quite honest with y'all, I hope y'all Cleveland Browns fans, if they throw Deshaun Watson out there, I hope y'all Cleveland Browns fans show them how you really feel. And I have nothing against Deshaun Watson. I just told you how much I actually like Deshaun Watson. I actually know a lot about his career. I actually know, and I've been watching him since he was at Clemson. He was one of my favorite quarterbacks. But, dog, Cleveland, they tried him out there this first game. Show him how you really feel. They name him the starter. Show him how you really feel. Period. But chat, it's getting ridiculous, man. It's getting ridiculous. It's getting ridiculous. Come on, man. Even last year, they tried to tell us that this guy was better than him. Even last year, they tried to say he was better. This guy? They said he was better? We watching all this highlights, chat. We gonna let Dillon Gabriel highlights, that's a sack. Boy, that's like a sack for what? Why are we wasting reps, man? What's the point of even having him out there? You give him reps on Shedeur Day when he's supposed to get all the reps with the twos. They really want Deshaun Watson to go out here, chat. Boycott, yeah. Do what y'all got to do, Cleveland. I doubt Watson plays in the third quarter. Monken gonna change his mind. Watson ain't playing in the third quarter, chat. Watson ain't playing in the third quarter, chat. They are lying. Chat, Watson is not playing in Saturday's game, period. He won't play. They're lying. Unless Shedeur Sanders goes out there and he cooks. Watson ain't touching that field on Saturday. And even if he do cook, Watson still ain't going to touch that field on Saturday. They playing in our faces, chat. Quarterback battle? Yeah, all right. But chat, at this point, we're going to let it be what it is. At this point, we're going to let it just be what it is. Because Ocho, I was starting to, I wasn't believing too much of what you were saying. Boycott all you want, them billionaires, they not hurting. See, and that's, you bring up a good point. Them billionaires ain't hurting. If you're boycott, they ain't going to be hurting. But that's the thing, chat. We shouldn't even got to do all that. Because if it's really not about the money, Chad finna bring up a great point. If it's really not about the money, then why are we throwing Deshaun Watson out there? If a billionaire don't care about the money, Chad, why are we even entertaining Deshaun Watson?
Ocho, you believe what he said?
So he's talking about the video that we showed. I already didn't show the video. I'm not going to show it again. He's talking about the video of Andrew Berry talking about how the money don't matter.
Come on, man. I mean, listen, I respect Mr. Berry, huh? Yeah. You hear me? I respect him. I love him. He has a very tough job to do. But to sit there and say that what you're making does not have any significance, whether you start or not, when it comes to money. Come on, man.
I'm saying, Ocho, what else?
Hey, Joe, in the history of this game, it's never happened where someone's making that kind of money and someone else beats them out of their position. It hasn't happened ever. Ever.
Listen.
It's okay to, when you ask this, why, like a politician, you ask a politician, they answer the question without really answering it. And if you know the game, understand the game, you understand the business when it comes to this game, they're lying.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. I understand it, but he has to do that. He has to come on and say that. He can't tell the truth. But even a blind man can see how this business has always worked when it comes to the person making the most of the money. They've always been the starter. If you play receiver, you're making the most money. Who's getting the most opportunities, Unc?
The guy that paid them, they get paid the most.
Come on, man.
It's just hard for me to see a guy, Joe, that's making that kind of money that doesn't get the opportunity to start. Now, I'm not saying he's going to start all 17 games, but I just don't know.
Then Ocho, if he ain't going to start all 17 games, what's the point? Look, I call Joe demon. Joe looking like a demon right here in this cut. But if he ain't going to play all 17 games, if we know Deshaun Watson ain't going to stay healthy all season, then what we talking about? Somebody said it, the only one good benefit that Shedeur Sanders had this offseason was that he did get developed. Yes, he did. Todd Monken actually did help develop Shedeur Sanders. Todd Monken actually did help Shedeur Sanders get better. He did. He did. Deshaun Watson was having internal conversations about the starting position. He didn't hear otherwise. Shedeur was ahead by far. Yeah. So Haslam saying F Shedeur and his fans? Yeah, chat.
How he's on your roster and he doesn't start day 1. I'm not saying he start day 50. I'm not saying he start day 30, day 45, day 85. All I'm saying is it's just hard when one guy is making 46, 47 million and the other guy is making $1.5 million. It's just hard for me to see it.
Yeah. It's a tough situation, but hell, he can't come on there and say that it does play a factor. I thought he had to answer the question politically correct. And the fact that I think they definitely want to give Deshaun an opportunity. You know what I mean? You have to give him a chance, bro. And like he said.
Yeah, and see, somebody in the chat just made a great point. Hey, SO to BS for you, Scott. Hey, you always in the chat showing love. Or BS for you, Scoot. If it's Scott over Scoot, you always in the chat showing love, and you just said something that's obvious. Jimmy likes Deshaun Watson. Jimmy wants Deshaun Watson because if you believe it or not, Jimmy actually really does like Deshaun Watson. Jimmy has been to Deshaun Watson's wedding. So Jimmy going to give Deshaun Watson every single opportunity to start. And I get all that. I get Jimmy like Deshaun some more. Way more. And you made a great point. Barry likes Shedeur. Barry drafted Shedeur. Barry is the only reason that Shedeur is in Cleveland because he pulled the trigger and got Shedeur. We saw the embraces that Deshaun and Barry, Shedeur and Barry has had. We saw the embraces that they had. We see the sideline conversation that they've had. Andrew Barry does like Shedeur. But it looked like Jimmy calling the shots.
They both show some great flashes. Obviously the turnovers, but for the most part, it's still wide open. And the fact that they're giving those guys a chance to compete for their job, I think that's, as a competitor, as a player, that's all I would ask for, bro. But be honest with me. Don't have me out here competing, Uncle Ocho, knowing damn well I ain't got a chance to win the job, bro.
What? Thank Joe. Thank you. Thank you. Because that is my point. Say it again one more time, Joe.
But competing Uncle Ocho player, that's all I would ask for, bro. But be honest with me. Don't have me out here competing Uncle Ocho, knowing damn well I ain't got a chance to win the job.
But the thing is, somebody said in the chat where they did it with Tom Brady, Drew Bledsoe got hurt.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why Drew got hurt, Tom came in, Coach Belichick felt
I'm gonna let you
that
finish, Chad.
Brady was playing better than Drew before Drew got hurt.
He had the hot hand.
So that's not. But
Brady
he
had the
did
hot
not
hand.
start the opening week. He did not.
Yeah.
So it's a totally different thing. If Deshaun playing, hopefully doesn't get hurt, he gets benched. But the thing was, you said that Brady did it with Bledsoe. That didn't happen. Drew started the first 5 games. Drew got hurt. Tom came in.
Against the Jets.
Coach Belichick felt that Tom was playing better than Drew before Drew got hurt.
Yeah.
That's what Mike Shanahan told us. Because, Ocho, you know the general rule of thumb, you can't lose your job because of an injury. Mike Shanahan said that's bull jive. He said if you get hurt, the guy comes in and he's playing better than you before you got hurt, that's his job.
Hello.
Yep.
Thank you. And if we go off of what you just said, who is playing better in the last 7 games? Who's played better, chat? Who's played better, chat? I'm just asking for a friend. Who's done it better? Who's played better? NFL is what have you done for me lately? Shedeur won some games last year. The Browns will forever be dysfunctional and toxic. They don't want to change. Yeah. Miss Gemini, I might have to agree with you today. Drew Bledsoe did not get his starting job back. Yeah. From a 6th round pick in Tom Brady. Yeah. I'm seeing what you're saying, chat. Ocho ain't never went this hard on any subject. That mean Ocho might know a little something now. Maybe. AB following Jimmy orders. He want to play Shedeur and Jimmy. And Jimmy don't want that. Potentially. Jimmy talk a good game, though. AB and Monken are just glad they have a job. They are so happy to do whatever Haslam says. Potentially. Ocho definitely knows something. Potentially. They've been playing in our face all year. It looked like it. Ocho said 6 weeks. Joe said it. Jimmy the Machine, ain't no way around it. AB not getting a pass either now. Nah, AB ain't getting no pass. We ain't handing out no passes. You don't have to know anything about a person making the most should start. Come on, man. Don't matter how much money you making. They just paid Joe Bledsoe and he got his job took. Tony Romo got his job took by Dak Prescott. When Tony Romo was a star and a darling, Dak Prescott came in and swept that boy up out of there, just like Tom Brady did Bledsoe. So don't tell me it can't happen. Matt Flynn, when he was starting in Seattle over Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson got that boy up out of there. Cut it out. Come on, man. I got examples. Shedeur got first team reps because he's a backup. Interesting. Ocho did say he had some sources. Yeah. Shedeur and Monken are Barry hires. Exactly. How can Tom play better before Drew got hurt if Tom never played? Exactly. But they're talking about how well Tom did play when he got in, and that's why Drew didn't get his job back. And Shedeur did play well, but he didn't, I guess, seal the deal. Maybe Jimmy and them boys don't believe in him like that. Jimmy, sell the team, please. I agree. It's like they gave Deshaun his job back. Yeah, look like it. The source have been Jerry Judas. The source has been Jerry Judas. Hey, that was a good one. That was a good one. That was a good one. That's something Mr. Jimmy not bad. All right, we will get to a couple more chats, man. But chat, I'm gonna play the whole nightcap video. All right, and then we're gonna hit back on this graphic. Then we're gonna get up out of here for the day because I'm done. I don't got no more words for Cleveland. You don't need the source if your conclusion is the person making the most money. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Coach. You make a good point. Right, but they didn't just say that from day one. They've bamboozled us all year. Yeah, they've been bamboozling us all off season. Because all they had to say is Deshaun Watson's job. That's all. But guess what? It would have been nobody at them training camps. It would have been nobody at these preseason games. They gonna see during the season when they start Deshaun Watson. That's why they lucky that they starting a couple games on the road. Because if they were starting in Cleveland and they named Deshaun Watson a starter, that stadium would be empty. That first game, I promise you. Jimmy know Deshaun very well, yeah. $6 tickets again, yeah. Russell Wilson rookie season, exactly. Russell Wilson, his rookie season, they gave him opportunity. We're going to let him finish chat before we go ahead and get up out of here. And then I'm going to close, give you my closing remarks, and then we done. All right? Let's let him finish.
Yeah. Yeah. And think about this. If you start Shedeur to start, I just think it's hard to sit Deshaun on the bench making that type of money. Y'all don't think they'll just try to get rid of him. Maybe they'll eat their contract. They probably won't be able to trade him. But hell, if Shedeur do win the job, you can't have Deshaun sitting over there on a damn bench.
Yeah. Same thing. Tony Romo, Dak Prescott.
Yep.
You look at the way Dak played in the regular season
as a rookie.
Tony back was injured, but they said, you know what? The way this rookie playing, he playing better than what Dak played last year. Yeah, we got to stay with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tony been in the broadcast booth ever since.
Yeah. Dak and Zeke was monsters their rookie year, bro. Them boys were cutting up.
See? You see what he said? Dak and Zeke was monsters their rookie year. How come Shedeur and Quinshawn couldn't be monsters their rookie year? Or how come they can't be monsters their second year? How come we can't get Shedeur Sanders the runway? See, Dallas Cowboys, they might be a dysfunctional franchise, but they ain't dumb. Cleveland, I don't know what y'all got going on.
Damn.
I get it. Y'all said
it's so
Matt
funny.
Flynn,
It's so funny.
Russell. There's a big difference between $47 million and $1.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference.
You know what's funny too is I like the fact that Joe and Debo were able to get Mr. Berry.
Yeah, that's great.
Right. But what I don't like is how people eat it up. How people eat it up and don't see through the politically correct stuff.
They do. They see
because they don't. I don't. I think some people actually really believe. They really believe. Like you can't be that. You can. You know what? I was gonna go into politics. But I'm not going to go there because that's not.
In other words, you want to say next people can't be that naive and believe.
Okay, right. I'm not going to go there, but like, come on, man. That was dope, though.
Just don't play in
front of our faces. It's a close race. It's not like either guy is that much ahead of the other, Joe. It's not like Usain Bolt and he racing the field from 2008, 2012 when he was jogging and looking back side to side at people. It ain't that. It's close. Or they were already named a starter.
Yeah.
You see what they did? You see what they did in Minnesota?
Yeah.
They already named a starter, didn't they?
Yeah.
So if one guy, I believe, if one guy was so much better than the other, they would have already named a starter. The mere fact that they haven't named a starter lets you know this thing is really, really close.
Hey, I do think.
Oh, if it's really, really close, then what we still waiting for? If it's really, really close, then what we still pondering for? If it's really, really close, why not give it to the young guy? and let them cook and grow with this young core. You got a whole team of young players. You got really a young offense with a second-year Quinshon Judkins, a second-year Harold Fanner, a first-year KC, a first-year Denzel. Why not let them cook all together and learn each other and grow together like other teams do?
Think they got a guy who they leaning toward, though.
That could be the case, Joe.
I think they got a guy who they leaning toward, and I don't think that they won't come out and say it, but I do think they have a guy who they really want to lean toward.
And it better be Shedeur. It better be Shedeur. It gotta be Shedeur. Because why would you lean towards the other way? Why would you lean towards the other guy? I don't know, though, chat. I don't know. They gave all these rookies a start. Dart, Ward, Cam. I said Dart, Ward, Cam. No, Dart, Ward, Shuck. But Shedeur got to jump through hoops, be lied to, wait in line behind someone who's getting booed out the stadium. Exactly. The Cleveland Browns, y'all know, the Cleveland fans don't rock with Deshaun. Let Deshaun play another preseason game. Let him get his tape so he can potentially go to another team next year and get another chance somewhere else. Let him. But the new Cleveland movement, we trying to start it, but y'all don't want us to. Y'all don't want us to start the new Cleveland movement. They don't. They don't want us to start the new Cleveland movement. Come on, man. LOL, they not gonna have me invested with this QB stuff like we was last year with this BS. Yeah, I'm with you, Coach. I'm with you, Jay Riz. Detroit, I think these boys just tied, and it's been a long training camp. I still think the energy is better than last year. Yeah. They are scared to say it early because they know the fans will go crazy. It will be easier the closer they get to the season. Yeah. Because if they said it early, that preseason game would be empty. If they said it early, nobody would be showing up. If they said it early, you would hit a booze all the way in Canada. So, we know why they didn't say it earlier, chat. We know why they had in their hand. But last time I bring up this graphic, the last 7 games, the NFL is supposed to be a league with you say, or where you say, what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? One guy has done a lot for y'all lately. At least 1-2 divisional games in the season. At least shows that he has a high ceiling. So what are we waiting for, Cleveland? Couple more chats before we get up out of here. One thing the Browns will always do is complete their process. AB gonna see that process to the end, I guess. Jay Riz, they gonna go the money instead of the youth. It looked like it. Remember when it was time to pick a coach? Followed their process? Yeah. And they're following the process now, chat. I get that they follow the process. I get that they follow the process, chat. I get that. I appreciate them following the process. I respect them following the process. But eventually, dog, we just got to let my guy go out here and do what he's supposed to do. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on. But chat, I'm gonna read maybe 1 or 2 more, and then we're gonna close it out on that. All right. I'm gonna read maybe 1 or 2 more chats, and then we're gonna close it out, chat, because I'm done, man. I'm really done. You know, with the Cleveland Browns, I can't do it no more. I'll be back tomorrow, though, but I'll be back tomorrow, chat, for day 16 of training camp. Shedeur Sanders is back with the ones. The day that you got to make sure you tune in is for training camp day 17 when they have the joint practice with the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to have the clips loaded. We going to be here. We going to see it all with our own two eyes. And I promise you, we will have some answers by the Thursday. Because in that joint scrimmage, if Shedeur Sanders get like maybe 4 or 5 reps and Deshaun Watson get the rest, he better cook with the rest of them reps. Because if he don't, I'm talking bad-ish. I am. Just letting you know. I'm giving you a warning, chat. So, chat, we're going to be back tomorrow around about 4-5 p.m. Eastern. All right, about 4-5 p.m. Eastern. About 3-4 p.m. Central. All right. Let's read a few more chats before we get up out of here. Remember, when it comes to a pick, they follow the process. Hold on. We'll get you a couple more. All I know is that Watson protection wasn't good as Deshaun Watson. All I know is that Shedeur's protection wasn't as good as Deshaun Watson's, and they still look the same. Exactly. I think just smarter than let your young core grow and develop together. That's exactly what I'm saying. Let your young core grow together. Let them cook together. They're going to gain that money back with Shedeur. Shake my head. They know that. Exactly. Coach, keep on keeping it real. None of the good coaches were coming to Cleveland. Yeah, we know that. Because they see what's happening. We see what Cleveland's all about. But I hope Todd Monken makes the right decision. I hope that it can be Todd Monken's decision. Todd Monken, you said that you wanted Shedeur. So, hey, don't back down now. If Jimmy wants Deshaun, you better tell Jimmy you better go ahead and find another head coach. Because with my own two eyes, I see who's better and I know who's better. You can keep on trying to get Deshaun Watson 1,000 reps, but he still won't look as good as Shedeur. I'm just saying it. And I'm just being honest. But, chat, with that being said, I need you to make sure you do me this one favor, chat. Chat, please do me this one favor before you get up out of here as we conclude today. Please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button if this was your cup of tea and you like what you heard and what you saw. Please, chat, show me some love. I appreciate you in advance. And please, chat, please do me this other one favor. Please make sure you send this to your mama, your daddy, your best friend of another friend, little Johnny, little Timmy, and don't forget little Susie too. You got to make sure you send these gems to little Susie because you know she just moved over there. And you know Josh just moved across the street from her. So it's 2 new people on the block. So make sure, chat, you send these gems over to them too. All right? Show that like button some love before you get up out of here, though, chat. But, chat, it's been a fun conversation. It's been a real one. All right? Couple more chats before we get up out of here. That's true. They definitely turned the job down to other coaches. Yeah, they did. Monken has no say. Yeah, potentially you might be right. If Todd picks Deshaun Watson, it's because he wants to develop Shedeur Sanders more. Yeah. But at the end of the day, you can try to develop somebody as much as you want. You don't learn by sitting on the bench. You learn by goddamn getting out there and playing some game action. So I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear none of that. You learn by getting out there and balling. You learn by getting out there and balling. All right? That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. You learn by getting out there and balling. Monken says Shedeur hasn't come around the learning curve. Well, he came around the learning curve and won 3 games for you last year. That's all I know. I think he can win a few more for you this year. I think he can potentially learn on the fly. I think potentially if you gave him a chance, he might just come out on top. I'm just saying. But G. Bush, what do we want to see from these people come Thursday before we really get up out of here? Because, chat, we're going to end abruptly. All right? But last few remarks is I want to show G. Bush some love. G. Bush, what we got to see from these quarterbacks? Talk to me.
What Deshaun Watson did in terms of some of the stuff, he looked more comfortable than I thought he would. He looked more healthy. But the thing I want to see him consistently continue to work on is, all right, now I want to see you push the ball downfield.
Yeah.
Now I want to see you be able to move in the pocket and step up and make these throws. And I want to see, more of the downfield action throwing the football.
Yeah.
For Shedeur Sanders, I want to see, all right, let's eliminate turnovers. You throw the ball downfield, you seem to be able to find the splash plays.
Yeah.
But can I get to a point where now I can set my protections? I thought he did a much better job in that, and his footwork in the pocket was better. But now it's, hey, you got the splash plays. Let's eliminate some of the turnovers and still keep some of the chunk plays. So I want to see them grow in the areas, not just what they're good at. I want to see you work on the things that has been a knock on you.
So that's what we want to see come Thursday. And I appreciate those last few remarks, G. That's what we want to see from both quarterbacks come Thursday. But, chat, this quarterback battle as we know it, unless Deshaun Watson looks horrible on Thursday, unless Deshaun Watson looks abysmal on Thursday versus some actual competition, that's the only way Shedeur Sanders is going to win this job. Because I will go on record and I will say Deshaun Watson is starting the first game in Jacksonville. It's unfortunate. It's sad. But on today, 15 days in the training camp, I think today I really saw the writing on the wall that they've been playing in our faces this whole time, and we've been bamboozled. But, Shedeur, at the end of the day, when it's your time, they can't deny the blessings that God got waiting for you. When it's your time, they can't deny nothing that they see with their own two eyes. When it's your time, you just got to go out there, play clean football, take care of the ball, have crisp operations, and cook how we know you can cook. That's it. That's all. So, chat, one more time. Please do me a favor. Send this to your mama, your daddy, your best friend, friend of another friend, little Johnny, little Timmy, and don't forget about little Susie, too. Send this to everybody you know. Please, chat, hit that subscribe button. Please, chat, hit that follow button. And guess what? On that note, guess what, chat? I will see you tomorrow around the same time. But guess what? We out. Deuces. Make sure you come back to my chat and let's continue the conversation because I ain't going nowhere. But Thursday, we locked in.